Hello, welcome back, and now we're going to have a little classroom on Drive. There's a lot to be said about Drive. Most important thing I can stress on Drive is sharing of your documents, and I'll talk about this several times. But when you share your documents, and then or someone shares a document with you, before you start doing anything to it, you always make a copy, and we'll go over this several times. But it's important because when you share things, you all have the same rights to edit and do different things. So, as you can see right now, we're looking at the Rains Drive, and the first thing we're going to talk about is basically the things on the left here. This is your drive, and you notice if the arrow's pointing in, it's not expanded. You can point it down, and it shows you what actual folders you have in the drive. Again, over here to the right, we're going to talk about a list view because see, now they're all just in folder view, which is good because the top here is the last ones that you've used, the quick access. But also if you change it to list view here, we have the options of sorting it by ABC where you know the name. There's an arrow pointing up where the arrow may not be showing. So then when you point it down, you see it's sorted in reverse a reverse order, and it's also sorting by folders, not just by files. So it's really important that we put everything in a folder instead of just have a bunch of files left out there. It's also telling you the owner who owns the files, and of course I've created all of these. When they were last modified, again, when you see the drop down arrow here, you can sort that it was last modified by me. It was last, and then reverse that order, last modified or opened by me, and it's going to tell you like I opened the classroom here, and you can reverse order on those. Okay, then the very last column is the size. All right, so this is called the list view. It's still going to have your quick access up here, and these are the last files or folders that you've dealt with, but then below you have the different ways of sorting it and opening it and putting it in ABC order. Okay. Okay, to continue this, I want to teach you how to create a folder. So once you're in your drive, if you just click on the new button at the top and you go to folder, at this point right here, we will call this classroom drive. And we click create, and you'll see the folder appears at the bottom here, and it also is automatically highlighted. So then if I go into the folder, I simply double click, and then if I want to create, let's say a Word document, so I could go file, document, and it's going to say the items that you create will have the same sharing permissions as the selected folder. We'll go through permissions later on the folder, but we'll just say create and share. That means everything you put inside that folder will have the same. When we get into our individual lessons over docs and sheets, we'll talk more about this. But the first thing you always do to a document is give it a name. So I might call this notes, and it automatically saves, and you notice that it's saving in a folder, or you have an option of moving it to. If I close this and I come back, I notice my cookie trail here that I'm in my drive and I'm in Classroom Drive. So that's the basic on opening up your drive and actually creating a folder.